If you're on the fence about buying a MIG welder, especially something like the Millermatic 211 Pro, you're not alone. There's a lot of noise out there, and it's easy to end up with a machine that looks good on paper but doesn't actually fit your garage, budget, or project needs. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. This isn't one of those flashy best welder ever videos. This is for people who weld regularly or plan to, and who need a machine that actually works when the project matters. The 211 Pro isn't cheap, but it's not the most expensive either. So where does the value really come in? Let's start with the setup. The dual voltage feature with the MVP plug is a game changer if you're working in a garage with both 120V and 240V outlets. No need to rewire or buy adapters, just plug it in and go. That alone saves time and frustration, especially if you're renting a space or working in different locations. But here's the catch: if you only have 120V outlets and no plans to upgrade, you're limited to about 90 amps on the low end. That means thinner materials only. Think sheet metal, light fabrication, or hobby work. If you're planning to weld thicker steel or aluminum regularly, you'll want 240V power. Don't assume the dual voltage label means it's equally powerful on both sides. It doesn't. Now, the Auto-Set feature. This is where the 211 Pro shines for beginners or weekend welders who don't want to dial in settings every time. You pick your material thickness and wire type, and the machine sets voltage and wire feed speed automatically. It's not magic, it's still MIG, but it removes a lot of guesswork. If you're welding clean, consistent joints on mild steel, this can cut your setup time in half. But if you're doing custom or artistic work where precision matters more than speed, you might find yourself overriding it often. The Auto-Set isn't a substitute for skill, it's a tool to help you get consistent results faster. Then there's Dyna-Pulse. This is Miller's arc control technology, and it's designed to reduce spatter and improve puddle control, especially on thinner materials. In real-world use, that means cleaner welds with less cleanup afterward. If you're doing automotive body work or light fabrication, that's a big deal. But if you're welding thick plate or doing heavy-duty structural work, the difference is less noticeable. Dyna-Pulse isn't a magic bullet, it's a refinement that helps in specific applications. The program memory is another practical feature. You can save up to 4 custom settings for different jobs. So if you're switching between sheet metal, pipe, or thicker stock, you can recall your settings instantly instead of resetting everything. That's a huge time saver if you're running multiple projects in a day. But if you only weld occasionally, you might never use it. Don't buy this machine just for the memory slots, buy it because you need the settings it saves. The drive system is heavy-duty and spool gun ready, which matters if you're working with aluminum. Most MIG machines struggle with aluminum because the wire is soft and prone to tangling. The 211 Pro handles it better than most, but you'll still need a spool gun attachment and 100% argon gas. If you're only welding steel, this feature isn't a selling point, it's just extra capability you won't use. Now, who should buy this? If you're a DIYer who wants a reliable, plug-and-play MIG welder for home projects, this is a solid choice. It's not overkill, but it's not underpowered either. If you're a small shop owner doing light fabrication, automotive repair, or hobby welding, the Auto-Set and Dyna-Pulse will save you time and frustration. And if you need dual voltage flexibility, this machine delivers without extra hassle. Who should skip it? If you're only welding thick steel or doing heavy industrial work, you'll want a higher amperage machine with more power. If you don't have 240V power, the low-end limitations will frustrate you. And if you're a beginner who's not sure welding is for you, this might be overkill. There are cheaper entry-level machines that can handle the same basic jobs. The biggest trade-off here is the price. You're paying for convenience, consistency, and Miller's reputation for reliability. If you weld often, that reliability matters. If you weld rarely, you might be better off with something simpler. So, does it deliver real value? Yes, but only if it fits your needs. If you're welding clean, consistent joints on mild steel or light aluminum, this machine will make your life easier. If you're pushing the limits of its power or trying to use it in a setup it wasn't designed for, you'll run into problems. Bottom line, this isn't a machine for everyone.